Okay, assalamu alaikum, brother Abdullah. How are you? Let's restart.
Walaikum Assalam. I'm very well. Thank you very much.
Alhamdulillah.
How are you doing?
Jazakumullah khaira. Alhamdulillah, I'm doing very, very well, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah khaira. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you've had a very busy day. So myself and
Indeed,
the
yeah.
entire IlmFeed team and everyone, all of our viewers are really grateful that you could join us for this very brief interview.
I'm honored. I'm honored.
Alhamdulillah. So let's begin. Just tell us a little bit about yourself so we know who you are, so we know who Abdullah is, the hero Abdullah. Please do tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Abdullah. I was born in Pakistan. I studied in Pakistan. I did my bachelor's in electrical engineering. And then I moved to UK like 2.5 years before. I did my master's in project management. And after that, from last 7 months, I'm working at this place as a loss prevention officer.
Okay, mashallah. Sounds really good, mashallah. How are you finding the UK anyway? How are you finding it?
Amazing, yeah. I choose to come here. That's why I love this country. That's why I choose to come in this country and to live here.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So, tell us about the incident that happened.
Yeah, yesterday I was at work. I started my work at 10 a.m. So I was at the work at 11:30 roughly. I heard the scream, loud scream, and just look outside. There was a guy, a white guy, and he was stabbing a girl which was 11 years old. The moment I saw, I didn't think anything else. I just have to save the kid. I just run towards the guy and just jumped on him, and then I grabbed his wrist, and I grabbed him wrist so hard that he just fell on the floor. And then I kicked the knife away from him, and there was a couple of guys who helped me as well. They just hold him on the floor as well. And then I asked my colleagues who were the workers there, I asked them, can you please call the police, call the ambulance? I work for the security company, whose name is Dual Eye. So my colleagues are in Lego store as well. So I asked the manager of TWGT shop, can you please go to the Lego and ask my security team to come and assist me? So he went there and called them as well. They came. I asked one of the guys to please bring the first aid kit because this guy was under control. All three of us have holding him firmly, so he can't go anywhere. So I asked my colleague to please bring the first aid and give like the first aid to that kid. So he bought the first aid kit box, and then they gave him the give the kid and the mom the first aid, and I'd hold him at in the same place, and then in like I think 4 to 5 minutes roughly, police arrived, and then I let him go, and then police just took him to the custody. And it was, I think, a quick response from the police, and then the ambulance came as well after 1 minute, and then they gave the first aid to the kid. Yep, and then they took him to the custody. Yeah.
Okay, subhanAllah. So this all happened yesterday whilst you were at work. And you mentioned that you saw everything happen in front of you, so you were just doing your job as security guard and you noticed the incident happen in front of your eyes?
Yeah, when I heard the scream, I can see the guy stabbing the girl. So before I reach him, so in like 1 to 2 seconds, he stabbed 2 times in front of me as well before I reach at him. So before he do the third time, I reached at him, I grabbed his wrist, so just tackle him down on the floor.
Wow, subhanAllah. And this is in broad daylight around other people?
Yeah, it was a Leicester Square. It's like every week 2.5 million people travel there. So it's like so busy place, and it was a daytime, 11:30 in the morning.
SubhanAllah.
It was
Wow.
busy at that time as well.
SubhanAllah. Wow. It's teeming with people. Ya Allah. And then you mentioned that not only did you go and apprehend the attacker, so you pinned him down with some of your colleagues, and then you called for help for assistance with regards to first aid as well, isn't it?
Yeah. At first, I was the first one who approached him. When he was knocked down on the floor, and then the other two guys came as well. They helped me as well to just keep him on the floor, and yeah.
As you held him down, as you're holding him down, what was going through your mind? What feelings were you feeling throughout those few minutes that you saw this man attack this young girl? How were you feeling from that moment on when you saw it up until when the police came? What emotions were you going through?
So yeah, at that time, my target was to that he should not get up, or he should not be able to grab the knife again, or to attack anyone again. And I was just looking around as well. So in case there is any other, there's a whole group or there are more people, so they can, because I'm on the floor with him, there could be other people who can attack me, or the other guys, two guys as well. So I was just looking around at my backside, and then looking that there should not be any other person. So I should be careful as well. And just I was grabbing his hand and firmly, and then my knee was on his head so that he can't move. The other guy was on his back, and the third guy was holding the legs. So at that time, the only aim was that he should not move. He should stay until the police came.
Now, the next question is, you were going about your job. You didn't have to intervene, but why did you? What made you go and intervene?
Yeah, actually, the incident was outside the shop, but you know, I can't see anyone being getting stabbed, and I'm just looking at him. And even as a Muslim, we know that if we see something going wrong, stop it by hand. If you can't do by hand, just stop it by saying. If you can't do that, just think like bad from your heart, like that's wrong. So the best option was to stop him by hand, and just did that. Yeah.
Yes, that's as you mentioned, it's a hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So amazing, like how the teachings of Islam really dictated for you to intervene and act. It's actually it's an amazing thing. Wallahi, you know, the community is indebted to your selflessness, and you, as mentioned, as everyone is saying, you're a hero. Alhamdulillah.
Thank you very much. I'm like getting the messages, calls from all over the world, media, everyone, and appreciating me so much. I'm really honored. I'm not capable of this. It's just because of the Allah Almighty and the prayers of my parents. I'm nothing. Whatever is there is because of the Allah and the parents' prayers.
Allah accept it from you and from your parents. I mean, so now, just a few more questions. I know you're very busy, so just a few more questions. What role does Islam play in your life, and you know, how important is it? As you mentioned already, that your actions at this incident were dictated by the teachings of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, how important is Islam in your life?
Yeah, it's like Islam is the base. It's so it really plays an important role in my life as well. I do try to pray all the prayers, and I try to be as religious as I can, and follow our religion as much as possible. And yeah, it plays an important role in whatever I'm doing. If I'm doing my duty, do it like honestly, and have you earning halal, not like just spending a whole day. So if it's my job, do your job honestly. Whatever you're doing, earn halal, eat halal. You know, just pray and just do whatever the Prophet ﷺ said to do. Just follow his.
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Excellent, 100%. And you mentioned, and an example that we can take, I'm sure everyone, a lesson that we can all learn from your example is that regardless of what role you're doing, whatever your profession is, you can apply the teachings of Prophet Muhammad in our lives. As you've demonstrated that you're going about your job as a security, but when you saw evil happening, you took the initiative to change it with your hand, subhanAllah. So that's a lesson that we can all take from. So now, we're just going to wrap up. As mentioned, I know you're very busy. Obviously, there's been a lot happening with regards to the anti-Muslim and anti-immigration riots around the country in the UK. What's your thoughts about that?
I think it depends. It have nothing to do with the Muslims, or nothing to do with some specific religion or race. If anyone is doing wrong, it's the individual act. So for instance, if some Muslim is doing something, it doesn't mean like the whole Muslim community is like this, right? And so if any Christian or any other religion, some person, that's the individual act. We should never generalize it like whole Muslims or whole Asians or whole black people or whole white people like that. It's like individual act. Secondly, just speaking just against the anti-Muslim, anti-immigrants, that's like totally wrong. It's if and even like we have seen the fake news going around about that incident in which like 3 children were died. So it all happened, all these riots were because of the fake news. And especially for the media team, they should share after confirming. If it's not confirmed, please never share the news.
Yes, 100%. It's very true. With regards to the news and fake news and false news, we shouldn't be sharing it, and we shouldn't allow false news to kind of help us make conclusive decisions about things when ultimately it's based on falsehood. And that's what's happened, as you mentioned. Unfortunately, a lot of what's been happening is based on assumption and false news being spread. Brother Abdullah, we've come to the end of our interview with yourself. It's been an honor, and as mentioned by myself and all of our viewers in the chats and across all of our posts related to the incident, you're a hero. Alhamdulillah, you're a hero.
Thank you very
Allah
much.
accept it
I'm
from you.
honored. I'm honored.
Allah accept it from you, and may you continue to do the good that you're doing. One final piece of advice for the Muslims that are watching and those that will watch the live. Advice to everyone, please.
Yeah. My advice for everyone: have peace, have love, do follow your religion, and do follow Islam. Islam is the perfect guidance for each and everyone. It's the perfect guidance for the whole humanity.
Alhamdulillah. Amazing advice. Brother Abdullah, pleasure having you. Allah accept it from you, and Allah accept it from all of our viewers. Jazakumullah khairah. And inshallah, please do stay up to date with our content, and inshallah, hope to see you all very soon. Assalamu alaikum wa
Thank you very much.
rahmatullahi
Wa
wa
alaikum
barakatuh.
assalam.